Hello, my dear friends. It's Yuri Tsvetkov again, and today it is very excellent reason to make one more golf statistics video. And this video will be again about the Dustin Jonson golf statistics, because you see that it's the fourth day of the Northern Trust, and currently Dustin is leading with the excellent scoring minus 29. It's an incredible result, and in this connection it will be highly interesting to analyze his performance during the last 3 days and exactly during this final day for him. We can see that. Just a second. We can see that today Dustin have amazing statistics. The driving distance is 311.5 yards. The driving accuracy percentage is 90%, and greens and regulations 100%. And currently he have the score -7, and those -7 he have gained just 1.3 strokes from the putting, and the all other 5.7 strokes were gained from the approaching and from the driving. And this connection is highly interesting to analyze all those statistics. But before we will start it, we need to take some look, and it's reasonable to take some look how many eagles have he made during those days. Today he have one eagle, and yesterday he had also one eagle. And day before that he have 2 eagles, and in the first day he have 1 eagle also. And this connection currently he have 5 eagles during the approximately 70 holes. And this connection 5 eagles for 70 holes is the probability of the eagle. It's mean that he have eagles at average for 14 holes, and this is amazing statistics, which is much more better than he have played before. So currently I have made a video about his game in the second day, and this connection I will stake the link for this video, and if you will be interested you can take a look for this for the second day. And we will analyze just the current day, just the fourth one, and we will start from the first hole certainly. And just a second. Okay, we're starting from the first hole. On the first hole, it was that the usual gaming for him. It was not anything special. In this connection, it's maybe not so highly interesting to analyze it, because the driving distance was not so huge, and the second stroke, the approach to the green, it was approaching for the green exactly, but the distance after the approach was 30 foot and 7 inches to the hole, and certainly the probability of the first putt was not so strong from such a distance. I think that it was much more less than 10%, and in this connection it was quite expected that he have played this hole in the par. But this second hole, which was par 5, was much more interesting, because this first stroke was 327 yards to the right fairway, and he was in 179 yards to the green. And after that he is making the stroke to the green exactly, and the proximity was excellent. The ball have stayed just 8 foot to the hole, and he have made 1 putt from this distance. It seems that it's not so, that probability of 1 putt from such a distance is approximately 50%, maybe a little bit more. But for the Dustin Jonson, as we know, sometimes it's becoming the critical distance. Thanks to God, this time it was not a critical for him. So he have made the eagle, amazing eagle. So the second stroke was on the green, and it was an eagle. We need to say that it was not so highly long par 5 hole, but from the other side, we can say that water hazard, and in this connection it was not easy hole certainly. So the next hole was par 3, and he have made the par on this hole. The first stroke, the tee shot, was to the green, and the ball have stayed in 16 foot and 10 inches to the hole. and it was very good proximity after first putt, and it was reasonable to expect that he could make the first putt, but it was 2 putts on this hole. So the next hole was par 4, and on that hole, you see that the map of this hole, it's a short par 4, just 290 yards. One of the most easy hole on this course, and first hole was on the right fairway, very close to the green, and the ball have stayed just in 36 foot and 7 inches and 8 inches, excuse me, to the pin position, to the hole, and he have made very good, the chipping, and the ball have stayed just in 19 inches to the hole, and it was certainly easy putt and the birdie. Excellent birdie. So on the next hole, the driving distance were very good, and driving accuracy was on the right fairway, 330 yards, and the distance to the hole was only 129 yards, and he have made a major approach to the green, and we can see that during those first holes, the first starting one for him, he had a very good proximity for approaching, and the tee shots were excellent. So this time the ball was on the green and 4 foot and 3 inches to the hole only, and he's making one putt from this distance and one more birdie. So -4 after 5 holes. On the next hole, it was easy par. That it's nothing so highly special on this hole in this connection. I will not stay on this hole too much. So it was quite a typical par and quite a typical for him. With the probabilities and with the accuracy of the stroke, which were quite usual. The next hole was par 5, and again he have made a birdie, and we can see that it seems that it was long par 5, not so difficult but very long. The distance was the most difficult part of this hole. So after first stroke, for 333 yards to the right fairway, he was in just 260 yards to the hole, and he couldn't achieve the green by the second stroke, but he was on the left fairway in 87 foot and 10 inches to the hole, and he have made very good the short stroke to the green for 10 foot and 1 inch to the hole only, and it was just one putt, and it was excellent birdie. On the next hole, par 3, he have made birdie again. It was 230 yards distance, par 3. The ball have stayed on the green after first stroke in 12 foot and 9 inches to the hole only, and he have made a putt from this distance. The probability of the first putt were just approximately maybe 35%, something like that, maybe not even too much more. So on the next hole it was par. It was par 4 hole, and again we can see that here the putting was not his strong part of the game, because you see that it was excellent first stroke to the right rough, but for 339 yards in the distance, and the ball have stayed just 153 yards to the hole, and the approaching stroke were again amazing, and ball have stayed on the green in 7 foot and 2 inches to the hole, but he could make one putt from this distance. Usually it was very costly for him, but this time he has so huge advantage that it seems that, but certainly it will be excellent if he could make even here the one more birdie, and so he was his score was 30 after first 9 holes, and it was -6. Take a look for the other holes. So as it was in the second day, he had a huge starting. The first 9 holes were much more comfortable for him. The second 9 not so huge. But anyway, the 10th hole he have played quarter usually, but again, the approaching from the distance 165 yards was very good for 13 foot and 11 inches only, and quite oftenly he have made one putt from such a distance, but this time the ball have stayed in 5 inches to the hole, and certainly he was very close to the birdie, but he finished with the par. On 11th hole, it was par 3, and it was a stroke to the green again, but the distance to the pin position were quite long. To the hole were 38 foot and 1 inch, and he was very close to the hole, and it was guaranteed par for him. On the next, the 12th hole, he have made the first stroke for 311 yards to the left fairway, and the ball have stayed in 188 yards to the hole, and he have made a huge approach to the green. Distance was just 3 foot and 9 inches to the hole, and he certainly made the one more birdie, and the score became -7, and the total score became -29. So on the next hole he have made a par, and this time it was quite usual, that hole for him, 312 yards to the right fairway, the first stroke, and approaching, which this time was not so huge as we have seen on the previous holes, from 140 yards just on the green, but 30 foot and 4 inches to the hole, and he was need 2 putts on this hole to make par. And currently we see that on the hole number 40, he have made a first stroke 311 yards to the right fairway, and the ball is staying in 187 yards to the hole. So in my videos I want to make not only the analysis of the holes which were played, but also some some prognosis for the other holes which he will need to play today, and I'm expecting that he will play exactly with this score. He will finish this day with the score -8, so it will be 63, and I hope that his total score will be -30. Certainly it's very conservative opinion about it, but it is based on the previous days. He have played on the second 9 holes, and this connection, but I will be happy if he will play -31 or -32, something like that, because it will be incredible and it will be part of the history, and it's always very interesting to be the part of the history. And certainly it's a very good that information for all of us, that currently his projected position in the FedEx Cup is the first. And it's this season was not so easy for Dustin Jonson, but if he will finish on the first position in the FedEx Cup, it will be certainly amazingly and the huge information for all of us. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope to see you again. Subscribe please for my channel, and stay your comments and hit the bell to be informed about the new videos on my channel. Thank you very much for your attention. My previous video about the Dustin Jonson golf statistics in the second day of the Northern Trust achieved very good results for me. So thanks you a lot for your viewings, and thanks a lot for your attention. Have a good golf, have a good evening. Hope to see you in game on my channel. It was Yuri Tsvetkov, and have a good game, have a good golf all over the golf.